On the top of a hill overlooking the Maitland River sits the tomb of William Tiger Dunlop. Besides this mostly empty plot of land, which we'll get back to in a bit, Dunlop left behind a number of interesting facts and stories.
Yeah, the most historically significant of these facts are that he was a military surgeon for the British during the War of 1812. In 1827, along with John Galt and the Canada Company, William Dunlop helped to found the town of Goderich. And from 1841 to 1846, he was a member of Parliament for the Huron tract in what was then the province of Canada.
But William Dunlop was a larger-than-life type of character, and these next few stories help to show how he became a living legend in his time. In between the war and joining the Canada Company, he went to India and worked for the Sagor Island Society. Part of that job was to clear the islands of tigers so it could be developed. This is where his tiger nickname comes from. In one article, I read that they would actually battle tigers with swords.
Wow, really?
He eventually had to leave India due to catching jungle fever.
Jungle fever?
Yeah, really bad malaria.
Oh, okay. Also, in the rebellion of 1837, he raised and commanded a militia regiment of about 600 men. This was back in Canada at this point. I'm not sure that they had much value, though, as the militia was given the nickname the Bloody Useless.
I also read that he was known to be quite the drinker and had a wheeled liquor cabinet which he called the 12 Apostles. Inside, there were 12 bottles, 11 filled with alcohol, and one named Judas that was filled with water.
Now, after a long and very interesting life, Tiger Dunlop did eventually die in the year 1848. He died while he was working in Montreal. In the information below this video, we'll post his will, which has become kind of famous for its humor. It took 2 trips to get him back to his land because he had the misfortune of dying in the middle of the summer and the weather was hot, and this was before the invention of refrigeration. They needed to temporarily bury him halfway in Hamilton in order to prevent further decomposition.
Gross.
Yeah, so the next winter when it was cold, they dug him up and brought him the rest of the way here.
And here being Gairbraid, named after the place in Scotland where Dunlop's mother was from. William Dunlop and his brother purchased 845 acres here. The plan was to create a sister city to Goderich. There were even plans made. It had the same type of octagonal town center as Goderich. And there's a common misconception that the Goderich town plans were actually meant for Guelph. However, this isn't true, and its origin probably comes from the fact that the Canada Company had wanted to originally call Guelph Goderich.
No, unfortunately, the Dunlops never got around to actually having the town built. After Tiger and his brothers passed away, the land went on to family members, but eventually was sold off. Now, all that's really left is this small park where the tomb is located. It's also not just William Tiger Dunlop who's buried here, but his brother is also buried there, a few of his brother's wives' family, and an unknown man. Probably a friend of the Dunlops, but no one really knows. It's kind of just been lost to time.